The COVID-19 pandemic changed social interaction forever. The COVID-19 pandemic changed events forever. That social interaction and business relationship changed forever. These changes impose an urgency on event planners to bridge a gap between remote participants and on site participants in various events. Hollywood got it, and so did events everywhere. Hi, my name is Kiva Harris James. I'm one of the owners and the creative director for this company, Events Everywhere. Slide 2 will highlight the fact that we are a family owned and managed limited liability company. Our mission is to provide hassle free, live, on site, and hybrid events for small businesses and large corporations. The core of our mission is that we plan your events virtually the smart way. The intention of this presentation, as identified on the next slide, is to give you an understanding of what our vision is, allow you to understand what Events Everywhere will have to offer. As such, we'll provide you with a description of our business, our value proposition, who our customers are, and allow you to understand our target market. We'll also provide you with an understanding of what are some of our immediate goals to ensure that the business is on track to become successful. And finally, we'll introduce you to our team, the experts that will make this business a reality. Before going into the core vision of Events Everywhere, let us give you an understanding of what the industry will have to offer. Navigating to the next slide, you will understand, or we want you to understand, that the event planning industry is a growing industry. In fact, in 2019, this industry was valued at $1,134.9 billion. And even after the COVID pandemic, it is projected that in 2028, this industry will value over $1,552.4 billion. The two categories of events that contribute to this growing industry are corporate events and social events. And these events include meetings, seminars, conferences, receptions, galas, trade shows, any event that integrate different stakeholders. Once it is categorized under the corporate or social, they are the number one contributor to this industry. There are some existing trends and developing trends, as you will see on the next slide. The state of New York is identified as the number one state for event planners. And as such, you find that most event planning businesses and most of the event planners are located in New York. Another trend is that with the changes in social interaction and professional relationship, there is an increased demand for technology to be integrated in different events so that remote participants and on-site participants can feel the same value. There's also ongoing conversations about what is online streaming versus hybrid events. Events Everywhere understand the trend. Events Everywhere understand that this is a growing industry. And as I highlighted on the next slide, you will see that Events Everywhere will provide hybrid technology and hybrid events for professional events for small businesses and large corporations, responding to the increased need for technology to be a part of different events. In addition to responding to the new trend of enhanced events, we will provide food catering, venue decor, as well as different setting up of different venues. Based on this, the proposed value to our business or value proposition, as outlined on the next slide, includes three factors: our location, and business is about location, location, and location. We will seek to provide services to our local community because, as mentioned before, most of these businesses are located in New York. So, therefore, having a business such as events everywhere located in Florida, serving the state of Florida, is an advantage. Another advantage is that we'll offer 24-hour service. We will plan events regardless of the time of the events, as well as we are reachable 24/7. In addition to that, and as I underscored before, we will focus on using technology to ensure that different participants feel the same value. So our focus will be on high definition technology and creating live hybrid events. Based on this, as identified on the next slide, our customer target market will focus on small businesses and large corporations. And the reason for this is that for small businesses, in most situations, might not have an IT department. And as such, they resort to using day-to-day technology to carry out their meetings and different events. But with events everywhere, they would not need to resort to such mediocrity. They can take advantage of what we have as a hybrid event planner. So we will serve the small businesses in that regard. Then for large corporations, even though they might have IT department, you'll find that hybrid technology is not a requirement for their day-to-day activities, and therefore they might fall short in terms of requiring or using the required technology. In addition to that, we have food services and different decors facilities that can enhance their events, that in addition to the IT component of our business. To tap into our market, you will see that we will, on the next slide, we will carry out different type of tasks to ensure that our name, our brand, our presence is in small businesses and large corporations. So what you'll find, one of our key public relations strategy is to participate in speaking engagement, as well as volunteer service to nonprofit organization, as well as different fundraising events. As it relates to marketing and advertisement, we'll take advantage of the social media platform, as well as we'll utilize online or TV advertisement. We will use direct messages to get to our customers. In terms of sales, we'll carry out transaction, whether person to person or even electronically, so that we can facilitate our customers regardless of their location in the state of Florida. Finally, we'll take advantage of different opportunities that will allow us to reach our or prospective customers, which will be business owners, realtors, educators, presenters, any individual that is seeking opportunity to create whether a social event or a professional event. Those customers or those individuals will be our target customers. So, in addition to that, or based on what is presented so far, it provides a framework for what our competitive position is. In fact, in terms of the value proposition, our core service offering, as well as our service offerings, you'll find that there was a comparison done with local event planning companies such as the planning company, as well as decor and rental services. And you will find that most of these event planning services caters to luxurious or luxury social events. But for events everywhere, the advantage that we offer in such a competitive market is the hybrid technology to enhance meeting and enhance social interaction so that participants do not feel as if they're undervalued because they're not on site. In addition to that is our unique way in which we will allow potential clients to get an understanding of what the cost is, because most frequently or more frequently you will find that event planners or the cost of an event is not conveyed to the prospective clients until a one-on-one meeting. But one of the core feature that we will offer is that once you're on our website, you will get an estimate, or you can use our budget calculator to understand what the cost of our services will be. Another added value to this dynamic or framework for our competitive positioning is the fact that we will offer delivery services. So, meaning that in situation where you have remote learners or remote participants and on-site participants, you'll find that sometimes on-site participants have certain resources or certain food that they will partake in, but because of the limitation of remote participant, they are underserved. They do not participate in such a way. So with the delivery services, once it is pre-planned, we can send different food services to the different remote participants, as well as different resources such as folders or booklets that they will need to interact with the actual live event. And these are the factors that create the competitive positioning for events everywhere. So to get to that stage, you will see that on the next slide, we have some milestones. And these milestones are the different steps that will take us to the ultimate goal of a successful company. The first milestone, as outlined on the next slide, is our prototype and testing. We hope to achieve this milestone by September 30 of 2022. This will involve the design or the fine-tuning of our initial service offerings. What is it that we want to start our company with to ensure that goals and objectives of required services are met? And that is what will be our focus in the first milestone. In addition to that, we will ensure that the customer budgeting software is created so that we have that competitive advantage from the initial stage. Once we have established that, we'll go to the next milestone as indicated on the other slide, which is to implement our operation team. So we are getting our team members ready to take advantage of what is it our market will have to offer. And in so doing, by October 31st, we hope to have our operation team up and running. And we'll also need that supporting software, or the supporting softwares that will allow the management team to understand and manage their different projects. Also, this is where we will identify, in this milestone, we will identify who will be our merchant to ensure that the electronic transactions are managed properly from the initial stage of the business. And the third and also very important milestone, as indicated on the next slide, is to launch our sales and marketing. And in doing so, a key component of this milestone is to launch our e-commerce website. And this will help to identify. This will allow our presence to be initiated in the events planning business. And this is where our sales and marketing team, as well as our project managers, will be in full force to get our voice there. So at this point, we'll take on our initial order. And we will start with small events so that we can establish and test our different service offerings to ensure that the quality of what is it we're putting out there is of the highest value. So to get there, we need money. And in order to do so, you'll see that on the next slide, our financial plan will outline the fact that in the first 4 months, we will be operating at a loss, but it's not so much of a loss like an investment, because by the fourth month, you will find that whatever we're doing in terms of that initial service offering, we will start making profit, and that will go towards recuperating our investment. So at the end of the 4 months, you'll find that we would have invested approximately over $18,000. But at the end of the 4 months, in terms of what is it we have recouped, would have been over a little over $4,000. So in terms of investment and where we are, we would have been in somewhat of a loss of 14,000, a little over 14,000. But as the business improve over the year, you'll find that we will recoup our initial investment. So to make all of this possible, we need our management team. And as seen as on the next slide, you will see that our management team is comprised of family members. As mentioned before, I am one of the owners and the creative director. My husband, Kimberly James, is also one of the owners and the sales and marketing director. Shakara James, my sister-in-law, she will be the IT and project manager. Shanda James will be the operations and the project coordinator, while my niece, Kayla James, will be the detail coordinator and responsible for branding. In a nutshell, that is what we'll have to offer in terms of our business, planning your events virtually the smart way. So to put this presentation in a nutshell for our prospective customer, we design an initial website. So just to give you an idea of what is it we have to offer, as soon as you go onto our website, you will see that Events Everywhere is the event planning company that will plan your event virtually the smart way. And this is what we want to drive home to our prospective customers. As you scroll down on the homepage, you'll find that you're able to understand what our mission is and what our vision is. Once you are familiar with the homepage, then you would want to know what are the services we have to offer, and that you will be able to view on the next link, which is our services. And right there you will see that we not only even though our main focus is on using technology to improve our services, but also we still offer the food catering and venue setup. We still offer those services. And as you scroll further, you will get a feedback from our customers, or you will also, if you want to talk more, you can also use that avenue to reach out to one of our management team. Then you will go to the next slide and you will learn more about who the management team is, and these team members were previously introduced. But as you scroll down, you'll get an opportunity to reach out to one of our team members. Well, keep in mind that all of our pages provide you with an opportunity to reach out to one of our team members so that you can understand our services a bit more. Now navigating to the next slide is the contact us slide, and that will focus on providing you with different ways in which you can reach out to our team so that we can provide you with the right services. Then for businesses, especially those that are new, you may have questions. And some of the most frequently asked question is available on the next link. And on the next link, you will see questions such as, why do I need an event planner? How is it I'm charged for an event? So those details are provided there on that page. And then you can schedule an appointment or go back to the contact page to reach out to one of our team if you require a service. And finally, on the next slide, you will get an opportunity to, this is just a prototype of what is it we hope to do. You should be able to go on and see what the cost of a service is, or even customize a package so that it can suit your budget. And in a nutshell, that is what we have to offer in terms of Events Everywhere. The key takeaway from this presentation is for you to understand that Events Everywhere, we plan your events virtually the smart way. Thank you for listening, and if you have any question, please feel free to reach out to me. Thank you.